All right. Did you hear about the podcast beef?
I did not.
Yeah. So we got beef in the podcast world. I don't know if beef like pops up a lot. I know that YouTubers and rappers are boxing and stuff, but I don't know if podcasters are really beefing like that. Usually I see a lot of camaraderie in the podcast world. So I just think it's kind of funny, but you know, it's between Alex Jones and Joe Budden. So from what I heard, Joe Budden got pretty upset because Alex Jones had just been featured recently. I believe in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, he was on Andrew Schultz, who is a popular comedian from New York. He was on his podcast, Flagrant 2 podcast. And Joe Budden was saying, I don't know exactly what he was saying, but he basically was saying, like, why are you having this racist on your show, or why are you giving him a platform? Like, he was pretty upset about that. From what I heard, don't quote me on the racist part, but it's something to do like that. And so Alex Jones, you know, got word of this, and Joe Budden and Alex Jones, say what you want, they're both polarized characters in the podcasting world. I fuck with Alex Jones heavy. Joe Budden, I know a lot of people fuck with him, and I'm not trying to like put him down, but I just personally, on a personal level, he's never like reached me like that. I feel like he's very like, I don't know. I feel like he has like very strong opinions that are always like condescending others for no reason. Like he has this chip on the shoulder, and I don't know where he thinks he's earned it. Like, I don't know. Just that's just me.
Yeah.
But Alex Jones is my guy, but I know that he's made mistakes. I'm not trying to say that he's out here, you know. I know he's fucked up, but I think at the end of the day he means well. So I ride with Alex, but basically I found out about this. He went off on him, man. He went off on Infowars.
Yeah,
Alex,
on Joe Budden.
yeah.
Okay.
So he was like telling him like, how are you going to tell me or that I'm racist when you're over here supporting Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's taking pictures with like Grand Cyclops referring to like one of the highest levels of KKK. Like they go off like they're called dragon, Cyclops, different types of terms for like different ranks in the KKK. That's like their real names, like wizards, grand wizards. Like that's really what they call themselves. And he's like, how are you gonna tell me that I'm racist, but you support Joe Biden, who's taking pictures with these KKK leaders, which is a fact. But so I thought that was pretty funny, and he was just basically just going off like facts. He was just telling him like just what Alex Jones does, bro.
Yeah.
Like just facts after facts. So if you guys have time, go ahead, check that out. That was pretty funny. I don't know if Joe Budden's gonna respond. Honestly, I don't think Joe Budden wants to smoke with Alex Jones. I wouldn't.
No, he's not the person, bro.
But it's what I'm talking about though. Like Joe Budden just like the whole thing. He just loves to have these opinions on people, but he really doesn't know what he's talking about. Like he just, I don't know. Like that whole beef that happened. He's always trying to start beef with people too. Is like, if it's one thing if like you get into a conflict with someone every now and then, but Joe Budden is literally always having beef with somebody.
Yeah.
Like the Migos at the BET Awards, like where he was just being outright disrespectful. Like he was there to interview them. His group, I forgot what it was. It was like Complex.
Yeah.
I forgot what the show was called. It was Academics, Joe Budden, and then the girl, I forgot the girl's name. They were there to interview the artist on the red carpet, and it's like Joe Budden's mad because like no one interviews him because he's never on no red carpets unless he's interviewing others. Like, you know, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
But and then he was just like disrespecting them basically, like talking down. He was just making faces while they were making, like, Academics will ask a question and then they'll try to respond, and he's just making faces like, wow, this isn't even worth my time type of like energy, and that's just,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I feel like Joe Budden is very childish.
Didn't Academics also ask like a super like not okay question like towards a Takeoff?
He was being, how do you say, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He was trying to like get like a reaction.
Oh, okay.
Out of Takeoff, and he was just like, he said something about him being left off Bad and Bougie.
Yeah.
So Bad and Bougie is a song by the Migos that it was probably one of their most popular songs to date, and it featured Lil Uzi Vert on it, and everyone from the Migos had a verse on it except for Takeoff.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that's what he was talking about. And then he was like, well, how's it? I believe he said something about, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't really know the exact quote. We could look it up. but he said something about, oh, how does it feel to be left off Bad and Bougie? And then Takeoff was like, who's left off Bad and Bougie? And but I guess he was like mumbling, so he was like, huh? Academics like, huh? And he was like, well, what are you talking about? Getting took all Bad and Bougie like that? Like that's like he was kind of talking like that. And Academics was like, huh? Like 4 times this happened, and then Joe Budden was just like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Joe Budden thought he was like stuck in like Infinite Tsukuyomi or something, but he like. I don't know, man. Just Joe Budden, you need to relax, bro. Like, you're not that guy.
Yeah.
You're not that guy, pal.
What was the context, though? Like, why was he talking about Alex Jones in the first place?
Because Andrew Schultz.
Oh, he was on Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, so Andrew Schultz has the Flagrant 2 podcast. They just had him as a guest like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Joe Budden seen it, and he was like, why do you guys have him as a guest all the time? Like, basically just like just throwing shade like, as per usual, just throwing shade, like just keep it to yourself.
Like, he came in hot during that podcast.
Because Joe Budden has a podcast, so he goes and he used his platform to drag down Alex. Like, the you don't need to do it, bro. Like, the media has already done enough to him. Like, leave the man alone. Like, I promise you don't want to smoke with him, like, at all.
He's the worst person to get into it with, I feel.
Yeah, because Alex Jones he has no chill, and he has no life. Literally, podcasting, the broadcasting news is his life. So if you're gonna go that route with him, like, you're gonna lose. I think so.
Yeah.
Because not saying that Joe Budden isn't smart, he's not intelligent. He's very articulate. He knows what he's talking about a lot of times. He can be down to earth. I'm not saying everything he does is all bad, but he does have issues with being childish. I feel like he always a big mad at something. Like, bro, stop. Like, control yourself. Calm down.
Yeah. Alex Jones just has like infinite information in his head. It'd be too much for
the man's
Joe
cracked.
Budden.
The man's cracked always. He's super cracked. Like, you're not gonna. You're just, and if you even get him, like, if you were, let's say you were to like you start going back and forth with him, and you were about to get him, like, you got him with something that would just fuel him more.
Yeah.
And he'll do a deep dive on your whole life. You don't want that.
No.
No one wants that. I don't want that.
No.
But that's basically what's going on with that. I don't know if Joe Budden ever responded to what Alex Jones was ranting. I mean, Alex Jones didn't really say anything. He called him Joe Budden, like Joe Budden. Like, he didn't know how to say Budden, so he said Budden, which I thought was pretty funny. I don't know if that was on purpose, but either way, it's just like Alex Jones is just he's so comedy without being comedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's being dead ass, but he's funny as fuck. Like, cause he's just Alex Jones.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
I don't know what's going on with that. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna be as big as the whole Tim Dillon versus the Airbnb ladies, the lesbians. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are they gonna do? Deplatform him?
No. Again?
Yeah, he's already deplatformed.
Yeah.
He's literally he has his own platform now. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Good luck to both of them.
Yeah. He's kind of coming back, though.
Who?
Alex Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, at what cost?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to InfoWars too often. I do listen to every time when he's like on, like when he was on Flagrant 2, I watched it right when it dropped that day. If Joe Rogan were to have him on again, I'd watch it right away. Yeah. I'll watch it. I know because like InfoWars, they come out with new stuff like every couple days. He drops something.
Yeah.
So like I just can't keep up with all of it, and then it's just a lot to take in. You know, like the man's just dropping mad knowledge after knowledge. Like even the podcast that he did with Joe Rogan, and the last, I think he's done 3 so far, right? Throughout the years, like 3 big ones. There's one with Tim Dillon, there's one with Eddie Bravo, and there's one with him by himself with Joe.
Yeah.
Even on those, like I've watched those multiple times, and I still listen to stuff that gets missed because there's just so much to go through. There's so much, especially that one with Eddie Bravo, where he's just talking about interdimensional beings and the Aztecs and the Mayans and the like all kind, like just blowing my mind to talk about the gay frogs thing, that famous gay frogs line.
Yeah.
Like just so like he's going so fast just repetitively, and he once he starts going, it just gets faster and faster. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, you guys should look that up. I promise you missed something. It's like listening to like Nas's albums. Like you miss bars. Like you'll listen to. I'll listen to Nas Illmatic to this day, and I'll hear bars that I haven't heard before, and I'm like, sheesh. But yeah. So I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens with that. Maybe we should start beef. Who should we drop in the comments? Who we should start beef with? If you think we should start beef with anybody, and don't say Joe Budden. I really don't. I really don't. Not that I won't. I just, man, I'm not trying to be playing into his games, bro.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm not gonna beef with East Coast motherfuckers. First of all,
that's his whole thing, is to just have beef with people.
Yeah, just
like free promotion, essentially.
Nah, cause he makes good content. I've seen some good Joe Budden podcasts. I know he can do it. I know he can make good content without having to beef with everybody. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he has it in him. He doesn't need to be petty all the time. He doesn't need to always be like, same thing with like Charlemagne the God. Like, bro, you're intelligent. Like you're articulate. You don't always have to be a fucking corny ass. No, for real. He's always. Have you ever seen The Breakfast Club?
I don't watch that show that much.
So The Breakfast Club, basically his job is just to like the same thing, like get like reactionary responses out of people. Like basically like just throw jabs at them and see how they react.
Yeah.
But he's just like, he'll go there, bro. Like he'll have like no respect sometimes. Like if he doesn't respect you, or if he feels like he can get away with it, he'll like test boundaries, and if he feel like he can get away with it, he'll start talking about like whatever. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I heard your mom's hot. How hot is she?" Like,
yeah.
Nah, but for real though, like, would you let me smash your mom? Like that, like, just to see how what they, like, you know what I mean? Just like, come on, bro. You don't need to do that.
But that's like his job. That's what he feels like he sells, though.
Well, that's like his character.
Yeah.
That's like what he's being paid to do, and I understand, but it's like, give it up. It's been years, bro.
Yeah. I like him better with...
Like, you're already on top. Like, you don't gotta keep doing it. Get it?
Yeah. I like him better on the one with Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, he's more himself.
Yeah.
On that one, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Shout out Charlemagne the God. Shout out Andrew Schultz and the whole Flagrant 2 team.
Yeah.
Y'all are funny as fuck, man.